Okay, this is lesson 1.6 on quadrilaterals. And this lesson will be slightly different. I will go through some of the definitions of quadrilaterals, and then the rest of them will be covered in class in the investigation. This launch, they're asking you to identify as many types of polygons as you recognize in the square pyramids of the Louvre. Particularly look for squares, rectangles, rhombuses, kites, and parallelograms. Okay. Well, I definitely see some parallelograms and rhombuses. What about squares? See any squares? See any rectangles? See any angles after they have been in an accident? Rectangles. Well, let's go ahead and move on to, let's review some words from the triangle lesson, lesson 1.5. An equiangular polygon is a polygon with all congruent angles. An equilateral polygon is a polygon with all congruent sides. A regular polygon is a polygon that is both equiangular and equilateral. So let's review, and this is new. A trapezoid is the one quadrilateral I will define in these notes. A trapezoid is a quadrilateral with exactly one set of parallel sides and typically looks like this, where these sides are parallel, and then those are the two non-parallel sides. There's one other type of trapezoid called an isosceles trapezoid, where it looks kind of like this, where these sides are congruent and these are parallel. That's isosceles trapezoid. And it's trapezoid whose non-parallel sides are congruent. So here's an example. Draw a quadrilateral ABCD with AB parallel to CD and BC equal to AD. So what I'm going to just do is just draw a quadrilateral. We'll call it A, B, C, D. I'm going to put the letters in order. I'm going to go ahead and mark AB parallel to CD and BC congruent to AD. And it looks like, what kind of shape is this? Well, it looks like a rectangle when I drew it. Turns out, though, that a better drawing of this would have been this kind of shape. We have an isosceles trapezoid. Because it has exactly one set of parallel sides and the non-parallel sides are congruent. You've done shapes before. From elementary school through middle school, you identified squares and rectangles and parallelograms. So that's review. What's new about this class in high school geometry, what push is going to push you is being able to identify shapes based on the properties as well as how they look. So when I looked at the first one, ABCD, it looks like a rectangle. But based on the properties, it's a trapezoid. Because it has exactly one set of parallel sides and the non-parallel sides are congruent, it's going to be a trapezoid. Specifically, an isosceles trapezoid. Okay, so closing question. What types of triangles would you combine to make a square? I'm going to try using ink to shape here. See how that goes. Okay, and I'm going to mark it a square. And we'll go over this in class, the properties of a square. All 90-degree angles, all congruent sides. And if I draw a triangle, if I divide it into triangles, so it would take two isosceles right triangles to make a square. So two hold on. Two right triangles to make a square. Excellent. Okay. Well, that concludes lesson 1.6. Again, we're going to go over these figures in class and based on pictures, create definitions. And by classifying, defining, and then testing them, looking for counterexamples. And so you will complete the investigation. So if you were absent, make sure to complete the investigation on your own or come in during office hours, ask for some help. More than happy to help. Thank you for listening to this lesson. Again, remember that without geometry, would there be any point to life? Have a good day.